I know that I don't expect to go shoot 65, or I go through my routine knowing that if I do good things, the possibilities of playing well are there. Got to have a bit of a tidy short game. You got to. If you're going to shoot in the 70s, you have to. You got to hit it far enough so that the golf course isn't that long.
Right.
That's a big part for you, okay? And that's why we're kind of teaching you how to feel the club head start here with a bit of a run up and this push into the leg, okay? So this club, the Lagshot, works amazing because, it's super whippy, okay? And it's got a nice shaft on it, and the head looks good. And so as we stand in here and you kind of go, you can kind of feel, if you do this right, this thing bows away from you and creates its own momentum to help you with your backswing. But if you transition too hard, it bends too much to hit it. So it does a couple of things. Like once you get set up, you're going to feel like you step on the right foot to get this thing going. Okay? Step on the right foot. Feel the sling that's created by the back sling, not swing, so that this creates a nice stretch for you. It helps turn you. If you don't create momentum here, your body won't really want to stretch nicely. You won't. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to create momentum to help you develop that nice backswing. Now you'll have a response that's better. Rather than when I met you a couple days ago, it was like nothing happened below the belt. Now we're trying to free this up. So come on in here and see how you do. Before you hit a ball, give me a couple of practice swings just to kind of get aware of what's going on. Then we'll roll a ball on that white dot and hit one or two, okay?
Okay.
Put your good hands on there. Club off the ground. So yeah, give me a right heel step that inspires you to go. That's it. Wonderful. Do it again. Right heel step. Good. This right heel step is really, you could call it the Gary Player knee kick, because it's the same thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Anytime this is going this way, isn't that stepping?
Yep.
Same thing. You want to call it a little knee kick, a forward press with the knee. You've seen good players do that for years, right?
Right.
That's why they developed it somehow, because it helped them create more sling.
Okay.
Okay? Good.
Makes sense. I didn't.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Good. Now, off the ground though, just swoosh. Let me stand over here. 8 inches or so, 6 inches, fine. Swoosh, and let this carry you to a bit more on the outside of your left foot, into a bit of a finish. Good. Now, you don't have to hold that finish. Watch. Let it go here and respond back to comfort. Okay, don't hold something that's uncomfortable. Let it unwind itself, re-stretch you. So here's a stretch. The backswing stretching you, the response, which hits a ball. The through swing stretches you, and then you Nick Price it. So Nick Price, I don't know if you remember, but here, let me show you. Lovely. So stay right there because the camera's there. So Nick Price, pretty up-tempo, right? Big swing, right? And then right there every time. He always had this unwinding. I call it slowing down in style. You don't have to hold your finish. Okay? I mean, Rory McIlroy's capable of it, but I want this thing to go stretch you and slow down and then respond to here. Does that make sense? Show me. That's your finishing form. Flary feet. Give me a right heel step. Sling it back. That a boy. Good. And respond back in front. Beautiful. Okay. Put a ball in the way. Take a look where you're going, even though we're inside on a net. Perfect. Right heel sling. Okay, good try. And there you go. Almost, right? Don't hold that up there like the Statue of Liberty. Okay?
Yeah.
Feel the flow. Feel how you let it sling you up. There's that counter rotation stretch. It stretches you to a finish, and then relax in here, Nick Price style. Show me. Take a look where you're going. Down there, $140. Yeah. And so, obviously, there's some stuff to smooth out on the through swing part, isn't there?
Yes, absolutely.
Right? Can you Can that stretch, and then can you respond back to here? And part of that is watch my feet. My feet don't stay flat because then I run into a restriction. My left foot kind of bows on the outside,
Right.
it goes on the outside because that gives just a little bit more, a little bit more room to move, range of motion for that hip. If I stay flat, I run into something that I feel like, puts the brakes on me. Okay, so that's why when we warm you up earlier, we make sure to talk about the ankles. And ankles have to be able to do that. Or you got to be like a rubber band 12-year-old. Last I looked, that's not you. No, right? Show me that motion. Step with the right to sling it back. Counter stretch. Restful finish. Okay, try again. So we're fighting it somewhere, aren't we?
Yep.
I'm hearing Kathunki kind of hitting the ground behind the ball. You were this guy, stay down, stay down, stay down. That doesn't work. Okay, whenever something's going down, we need opposition going up. That's what makes the bottom nice. And I know the earth was flat for a lot longer than we've known it to be round. So every golfer thinks they have to keep their head down. They don't realize they're trading pressure and trading. Okay, good players look like they're keeping their head down, but trust me, stuff's pushing away from the ground. Okay, take a look, club off the ground. You don't want to hit that thing. You want the club to brush it, not thump into it. There you go, and beautiful. That's going to be how I want you to just chip those out there 120 yards or so, okay? That doesn't go as far with that club because it's so flexible, you can't rip at it or it'll overbend. But it's heavy and it's beautiful because it gives you this feeling. You see my point?
Yeah, I do.
Okay? And here's the other cool thing about it. It's so torquey, okay, that, if you find you're hitting every shot to the right, it kind of inspires your wrist conditions to get a little better. Because a lot of people will drag and then try to square face with the right hand. It's not the way good players do it. Good players have a little bit of this is how they do it on the way down. The trail arm's still bent. The lead wrist has that little bit of ability to, we call it twist the shaft, rotate the shaft a bit.
Okay.
So if you flare them to the right, you're going to do that sense of step and sling, create momentum, counter rotate and collect, right? It's going to overtake and stretch you and then respond to that restful finish, okay? Lag shot. Go for it, buddy.